through speaking to you and Daniel, you've already built multiple businesses. Like you've been in business for a very, very long time. What was the reason that made you start with Connor in the first place? Like, what was the bit that wasn't quite clicking?
So like I said yesterday, I have never felt more heard with working with Connor. So like you said, we have achieved a lot, and over the years we've worked extremely hard. It's been grind. And other mentors were like, let's push for higher rev, let's do this. And I said, I would love to just be in a position where we can stabilize and operate from a place of abundance instead of constantly having to chase. I feel like I've been chasing for a long time, and now the business is running so much better. I'm working in the elements that I enjoy for the best part, and he has just understood that. Whereas sometimes you can work with people and those metrics sound really good for them, but they don't take the consideration of the client or what we want to achieve. And he has just been amazing.
Yeah, that's something that Connor and I always say. Like, I think in the industry, and I think it's the mentors' fault usually, because they're so obsessed with getting high revenue numbers for their own social media and their own clout, rather than actually taking care of like the client in particular. And it's so underrated, just actually having confidence in your business, having stability, and not feeling like you're literally chasing the next pay in full every single month.
100%. And I mean, like I said, when we started with him, we have a lot of things. We've achieved a lot over the last few years, but it has come as I suppose there's been so many sacrifices that we've had to make. We have 2 small kids, and this last 6 months is the most amount of time I've been able to spend with them.
It's amazing.
And that, you can't put a price on that.
No, exactly.
Yeah, so like that for me has just been such a huge achievement.
So obviously you were saying like Connor's been like there listening to everything you're saying and implementing. Like, what's one of the biggest things that you have implemented and seen a change in?
That's a really good question. I think like...
So much.
Yeah, I'm like, where do I start? I think, okay, there's like a huge piece on the mindset, because I probably struggled a little bit with the money mindset and like maybe like a bit of self-worth piece. And he's like, you're super qualified, you're super experienced. And when it came to like the pricing, I always undervalued myself. So he's done a really good job of building that up. Yeah. So like for me, it's definitely been a big mindset shift that he's been phenomenal with. Also just being consistent and turning up and realizing that not every month is going to be 100%, and that's okay. That's just the nature of business. And also, kind of back to the last point, not striving for more every month and just being like, this is good.
Yeah, well, I've seen obviously both you and Daniel inside of the community, amazing assets, and excited to see more of your success.
Thank you.
I honestly think sometimes you forget just how much you have actually impacted my life, personally, professionally, on a personal level. Like, I have so much more clarity on my business, but more clarity on myself, the way I show up for myself each day, the standards I set with my business, with my personal, truthfully with my relationship, and like how I show up for me is probably the biggest thing you have directly impacted me with, and just really remind me, even with the things I've been through this last year, that number one, how resilient I am, number two, how much you can be a good coach, and you lose sight of that. It's very easy to focus on revenue, like business metrics, whereas sometimes forget to be a really, really good person, and that's something you've really showed me. So I just want to say, from me, my girlfriend, my family, like a thank you so much, and I really do appreciate everything you do for me.
Yeah, thank you, Connor, for your help so far. Without you, I wouldn't be where I am. So massive thank you to you, and joining you has without a doubt been the best decision I've ever made within my life.
And what would you say was the reason that you initially joined Connor?
I think the biggest thing is just being in and out of mentors and palmed off to someone on the side.
Yeah.
And not the actual person itself. And more so like having that structure and strategy in terms of like, this is the roadmap, this is what we're going to focus on. Once that's done, then it's that, then it's that, then it's that. And it's almost like having that sort of roadmap like you would with a physique client, whereas I can have that with my business. Like, we're going to do this is the focus right now. And then we're going to go to this. And just having that clarity in terms of what I'm working towards.
Yeah, nice.
Rather than just like, let's just do this and then just try this and then do this. It's like, no, let's do this.
Because you've only recently just signed up with Connor, haven't you?
A few weeks,
so,
yeah.
So you've been in it a few weeks now. And what would you say over those last few weeks has been the thing that, you know, you've started to implement, see changes?
It's probably my outbound structure.
Nice.
Like, I've been hope site in the past, and it's one of them things that's probably been a bottleneck. But at the same time, it's a case of we are trying to fix that new follower.
Yeah.
Because we have had the same eyes on the page for ages, and that's always been a bottleneck in terms of those followers. But at the same time, I haven't been consistent with messaging them in terms of like having those conversations and not really got along with that. So I think just giving me that structure in terms of going in the conversation with different angles rather than just the generic.
And then, like you were saying, now you have an ad structure to put fuel on the fire at the top.
Yeah.
That's going to be
100%.
epic.
Yeah. I think it's probably the missing piece of the puzzle with everything. Like I feel like I've been doing something wrong and don't know what I'm doing, scratching my head, and it's like, it's probably just because I've chopped and changed that offer so many times. Like I remember with the last guys I was with, I think I changed it like 3 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because that was partly because of me, because I couldn't really connect with it. I think you have to put it to market to then when you start marketing it and you realise this doesn't really connect with me.
Yeah.
It has to connect with you as much as it does with someone else, because you're the one speaking about it. Like, I think
100%.
my last offer was like calling people like average to elite, and I was like, I'm calling the normal person average here.
Yeah.
Like if I was getting called average on a Monday morning by some fella on Instagram, I'd be like, piss off, mate. And then he's like, these normal people don't want to be elite either. Like elite's like Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Like just the messaging is
completely off from a normal person. So I think really just trial and testing that, and then just really recognizing that this weekend especially, tapping it into what the client actually wants and getting that outcome. Because I think that's got a bit more clear with it.
Yeah. Well, you're a legend, mate, and really, really excited to see your success.
Much appreciated, mate. Look forward to it.
Thank you very much for everything that you've done for me, business-wise, the guidance, bringing me from a place where I literally had like no confidence in my business, no confidence in terms of being able to see a line of progression, and now I have very, very clear clarity in terms of I know where I'm going and where I'm going to be, and it's very much down to you and the guidance that I've given, but also on a personal note as well too. I think the biggest thing that I wanted to say is just like, thank you for being you. You're so genuine. You're a really, really nice person, and I think that's the biggest reason why all of us are here today. The event that you put on just shows that you really care about us. So and it's that we're not just another number. So I really appreciate it.
Where would you say your business was prior to joining Connor?
I would say before joining Connor, I was quite lacking direction and confidence in myself as running a business, and more of just like, I felt like I was just kind of winging it, no plan, just kind of doing the same things and just hoping for the best, but without any actual like structure of marketing, sales, where new leads are coming from, like systems in place for that. I just hoping for the best, really.
Yeah. Even over the last couple of weeks of us working together, like I've seen so much more, like you said, structure in like knowing and confidence in like what you're doing to be able to deliver.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for me. Sometimes I can, if things don't seem to go the way I think that they should, then I lose some confidence, but I'm getting much better now at like understanding what to do better if something hasn't worked, and like actually having systems in place of like, these are the things you need to do to move forward, rather than like just not even know where my next client's coming from, or like how I'm moving forward, or
just even being in a community as well. It's like when you're on your own, isn't it? It's so easy to get almost like tunnel vision on like what you think you should be doing, but having someone to be able to like take a step back and like a bird's eye view and be like, have you thought of potentially doing this? It's not you should do this. It's like, have you thought of this? And then when you have that, you're like, oh, actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I really value that anything that like you or Connor has helped me with is always like, it's not like you need to do this, or like this is just what works. It's like figuring out actually what would be best for me and how I coach or what I do. Whereas like maybe I've done mentorships before, it's like everybody does the same thing, and like, so you need to do that. Whereas like Connor would always structure something that I think this would work better for you actually, or like, actually no, I don't think you should do that, or do this instead, kind of thing.
He's actually got interest in your business rather than like a lot of mentors, don't they? It's clout for a screenshot of your revenue for them and their profile, rather than.
And it's just like, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, but not actually thinking like, is that how you want to run your business?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that.
I think for me, before joining Connor, I was a bit lost, actually, to be honest. I'd come from another mentorship sort of in like February time, then I joined Connor. I think it was maybe like the May time, and I think that bit in between I really lost sight of like just what to do, like lack of direction. I was kind of just a bit scatty all over the place, and I think any sort of like back systems or just anything, it was nearly, I just felt the business was a bit messy or something. So whenever I joined Connor, it helped me get super clear on sort of like the pipelines and like things to put in place. And I find that I started off with the bi-weekly calls with them, and every single time it was like a to-do list. This is specifically what you need to do. And I find I love a to-do list, so I love like ticking that off on a weekly basis. I'm like done, complete. So yeah, and obviously now still with the monthly calls, I really do enjoy it, because I just feel like you are obviously given options. You could do, like you said, you can do this or you can do that. You're not just told this is the only way that works, and if you don't do it, you're not going to succeed. There's always a way around it, and it's so personalised to you and your business.
One of the biggest things that I've noticed as well from this weekend, obviously I knew Connor, knew everyone's business stuff, but the depth that he knows like your business and where you're at is absolutely insane. So even when we were going through like the individual bits throughout the last 2 days, you could see how he's applied that to individual people, and he's been like, what have you said here, and like what have you thought about, which has been so valuable for obviously everyone here. Gabby, what would you say has been kind of like your experience inside?
So for me, Connor's done a lot in terms of, so when I first started with Connor, I was just thinking of rebranding like my whole coaching business. And even before I actually started, because I go to the same gym as him, he just sat with me for a coffee and he just gave me so many ideas, literally on a chilled conversation. And like he has so many ideas, and like he just throws them out like openly. So when I had that conversation with him, I was like, okay, like I definitely could use this structure whilst I'm rebranding. And it's definitely given me the clarity of like who I'm actually working with, you know, for my specific clients. You know, as you said, like he knows everyone really well, and like what works for you, what might not work for you. I am someone who's also a little bit overwhelmed sometimes, and I get very easily overstimulated. So he just breaks things down in a way that, as you said, like the tick box, like, okay, do this, this is your priority, this can happen next week, it's fine. So just kind of not allowing me to get overwhelmed. And when I do get overwhelmed, he's like, okay, forget about this for now, do this. So just very much giving that structure that I don't have.
Yep, but I've noticed massively from when you joined to like your confidence then to your confidence now again, and like understanding and knowing that, you know, typically you know the decisions that you should be making, but it's just having that reassurance of it. And I've noticed like you've definitely, when you come on the coaching calls and you ask a question, you're almost already answering it.
Oh, am I?
which is like perfect, which is like, you know what you should be doing there, but it's just that reassurance. Whereas beforehand, I remember like the first couple of questions, like, what's this? So no, it's good. But all like, sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say another thing where. All I was gonna say is that Connor, he's got a very good way of like pushing you to do better without being rude about it. So like one thing, I think there was 2 weeks in my check-ins where I hadn't done something. He was like, you can move quite slowly with your things sometimes, like try and like be a bit quicker with certain things, but it's in a very like caring way. Like he's not like trying to put me down for not moving fast enough, but it encourages you to actually do what you need to do. That makes sense, to do better for your own business. So yeah, I've really enjoyed my time.
On a more personal level, I think it's 18 months and learned a hell of a lot, not just from a business point of view, but actually how to kind of speak to people a little bit better and provide different perspectives on things. And it's bled out into every area of my life, not just with what I'm doing with coaching. So that's been huge for me. And I love the one-to-one aspect side of it. I've been in other mentorships where you kind of get palmed off onto other people, and I like that you're staying true to your word. So yeah, the level of service you provide from a mentorship standpoint, and then the amount of work you put into this is really